Hey, what's going on? We're doing well today. How's it going, Ryder? Sabrina, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Hey, howdy. How's it going, buddy? Bad. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. It's a saucery day again. Saucers, saucers, saucers. Every pot needs saucers. I should do a stream with Tommy. Tommy. Yeah, you muddy. Yeah. I should. That wheel is pretty cool for being $100 wheel. It's quite interesting. If anybody is in here that's not understanding who Tommy is, I was gifted a wheel by Vivor Tools, and I did a review yesterday and posted it here on my channel of how the thing worked. Worked pretty good. I mean, literally, like picking it up, I don't even know how much it weighs. It's so light. It's ridiculous. I moved it out of the way here today. But for people, I always said, you guys have seen me in these lives say, people ask how much it costs to get into pottery, and it's like, well, you could get one of those wheels and make some pots and just keep reclaiming your clay and practice at home for $100 wheel until your pots are good enough to fire. Then you got to find the kiln, which is a whole different ballgame. Gail, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Theo, what are you making today? I am making saucers. Thanks for tuning in. Kumar, what are you doing? I'm making pots on the pottery wheel. What are you doing? Hanging out? Thanks for tuning in. Larkin, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Robert, how's it going? Are you making a bowl? I'm making saucers to go underneath my flower pots because I am a flower pot maker mainly by trade. I also make other items, but my bread and butter is making planters or flower pots, or however you want to call them. Flower pots, or flower pots, one word, or planters. It's going good, good. CH writes, how much is a kiln? Well, it really depends on the size of the kiln. The kiln I use is about 10 cubic feet. It's a Scott KM 1227, and those are now somewhere in the $6,000 range. So I don't really know about other kilns that are cheap, but you can always find used ones and see if they work, and if they don't, you can fix them. Mine's electric, CH. Is electric more expensive? It really depends on where you are in the world. That for me, electric works the best for what I do. Though the high fire stoneware stuff, I really love the results of a reduction kiln with propane. But for the flower pots, electric works just fine. I can't complain about it. Happy to be doing it. thought he was barking at something. He's saying hello to somebody. And thanks for the likes, guys, already. It's nice of you. I'm just going to move these off to the side. Every time I pick this up, it like shakes the camera. Sorry. Jeremy, just popping in to say Happy New Year. Hey, thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Happy New Year to you. Hope your New Year is treating you well. It's been pretty busy for me here. Shockingly busy. But that's a good thing. It's like the year never stopped and changed. Usually, right after the holidays, it's kind of a bit of a lull for a minute. It gives you time to catch up on work and a little relaxation, but there was none of that this year, which is just fine by me. I'm happy to keep making pots. How long have you been making pottery? I've been making pottery my whole life. My dad's a potter, and he trained me when I was very young. And then I went off on my own and started making. So I've been doing it full time since 99, 2000, somewhere in there, 99. So sold my first pots in 96 at the age of 15. So yeah, been going a while. Hello, Random. How's it going? How's your day going? It's going well. Thanks for asking. How's your day going? You doing well today? Thanks for tuning in. Random, some burgers for you. I hope you take no offense to being called Randers. I think it all started because you mentioned you did know stuff about Trailer Park Boys. So, and hello, Random, Randy, Randers. I hope you take no offense by that name. It's an endearing one. I think Randers should find a trailer park name for his Fresh Cup of Joel. J-Rock. There you go. Does that work, Randers? No, thank you. Well, I tried. Let's call you Leahy. J for Julian. Bubbles. Name off the names, all the names of them. Yeah, he might have called you Randy instead of Random. I can't remember. It could be wrong. Yeah, no, I think it's funny. You do like Trailer Park Boys, though, right? We're not offending you by calling you that, right? Gail says, what cone do you fire up to? Just around cone 1 for planters. Higher than normal for planters, but 2000, 18, whatever degrees. A lot of planters are fired much lower, pretty much at a very low bisque. And that is because in old times, it would be a game. They would fire their pots very low, so there was no strength to them whatsoever. And then they would break, and you'd have to come back and buy another one. So my pots are fired hotter than normal flower pots. Still low. It's a low fire, but it's not. It's strong enough to still be porous. But I can hear them when I grab one and go ting 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 next to them. They're definitely stronger. Leah, how's it going? Keena, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Sorry guys if I'm missing any chat. Metal Sonic, I'm excited for tomorrow. You're expecting something. Cool. Cool. And thanks for tuning in, Metal. Julia, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I'm just going full production on these. I think I'm gonna do 44 of these. That's the plan. As long as nothing slows me down. Should be the plan for getting this done, and then I have to go do some other things with pottery. It's not just wheel throwing for potters out there that are watching. They know. Leah says, I didn't get the bell. Oh, I don't know if they hate you. I doubt that. What caught you as I was scrolling through? Nice. I should have went out to everybody, but who knows? It is what it is. Pre-nap. I don't know if it's been a while since I've taken a nap. The problem is with me is if I fall asleep, I kind of need to sleep for a while. So if I only slept for like an hour or two, I would wake up just absolutely messed up. That's just what happens. To me, anyway. I don't know. Does sound nice, though. First cup of Joel Wright's going to start a chess set tonight, I think. Nice. Have you ever made one? No, my father made one, which we've used, but I've never made one. And that'd be a really fun project. That's really cool. And you're gonna do them all, you know, like the pawns on the wheel. A lot of it you can do on the wheel, except for the, what is it? The king would have to be square. I like that. That's cool. How about I make a checkers one? That'll take me way less time. White clay and red clay checkers. that'll be quite the undertaking, I'd say. I do a lot more this time of year in the summer. I rarely take them unless we are doing morning or something. Oh, cool. Yeah, this time of year. Gail says she's stuck inside. We tried with shoveled. Then it snowed again. Covered it. Yeah, snow. A lot of people are getting snow. Are the pieces hollow? I don't think he made the pieces hollow. I mean, they're not that thick, so you shouldn't really have to worry about them exploding in the kiln. I mean, if you're gonna try to do them, you know, like an actual, to the actual size of a normal chest set, should be cool. And then, I mean, you could try to do, if you have two different colored clays, you could, you do, I believe, right? So you could do two different colored clays, one for one side, one for the other. I would suggest to make some extra pawns because people always seem to just hit them and throw them off. So yeah, anybody that's just tuning in, I'm a flower pot maker. I'm making saucers for all of my flower pots that I've been making this week. Or not all of them this week, but a lot of them. And some that I already have made. So, I don't know if you guys can hear that wind. We're getting crazy wind up here in New England. It's been cold, windy. But I think next week we're supposed to get a bunch of snow. So they say. Hello Random says, chest set would be awesome. Yeah, I think, yeah, you should try it. Yeah, everybody should try making one. My dad made one, like I said. I haven't. Well, I hope he still has it, because that's how I kind of learned how to play chess. Wait a minute, what did I miss again? Uh-oh, being stuck inside, yeah. Oh, cool, Joe. You're showing a cool trick by Pottery Demon. I don't know if I don't think I've watched Pottery Demon's videos. I should check it out. Currently, only have the warm brown stonework clay. Do you have any reclaim of the other clay? Because you can always make a slip and just dump them inside, so they have two different colors. Do you have any reclaim of the white clay? Then you can dump the brown in it and make it work. Since I'm napping earlier, I'll definitely be able to catch you tonight, Joel. Nice, yeah, definitely check out Joel. Gail says yes, Tennessee not prepared, other states prepared. Well, that's kind of the trick of it. Even some of the northern states here aren't always prepared, like Rhode Island. Because it's on the shore, they usually get rain. Yeah, Leah says it causes chaos. I'm going to butcher your name, but Virginie? Hi, what are you making? I'm making saucers to go with my flower pots. I make horticultural wares for a living. I also make other pottery, but this is my main thing. This is my job. So that's what I'm doing today. In New England, yeah. High school rain stops, everything, school closes. Well, yeah, because they have so much clay that the water just comes flying down everywhere, right? I could see that. I mean, it would just be a instant flood situation. not be fun. Thanks for joining us. Improve my mood. Joining what? Did you? Sorry, Leah. I don't understand. Oh yeah, I know you're talking with Joe. I was just wondering. Ben, can your pot stay outside in the winter? I'd always bring in any pottery in the winter. Doesn't matter how high fired it is. Bring it in. You kind of can get away with like putting them under a porch upside down, making sure all the water is out, but ice is what us New Englanders call poor man's dynamite. So once it expands, it'll even, crack concrete. So yes, I would suggest to bring it in. It's kind of frost-proof, but not freeze-proof. So, but that being said, I bring them inside. Proofreading your chats. Oh, have you been going live lately? I mixed the white stoneware with the brown because I'm lazy. Ah, there you go. That makes sense. I know you really are. Oh. And was that live, Leah? Okay, let me just grab these off the side. These can all be single stack. These other ones over here I have kind of staggered, and it allows air to go underneath the, I don't know if you can hear me, but I have them staggered, so like 1, 2, and then a little, then I put the other one on top and air can just go through. So these need to be dried really slowly, but so the other ones are just sitting flat. So, and because they get a little more, fan to them, which everything has to be dried at a really specific rate, especially right now. Like, I might even not turn the fans on until, I don't know, 3 in the morning, something like that. It's cool to have open discussion without people insulting. Oh, okay, you were live in the morning? Cool. Well, I don't know if I was on YouTube early in the morning, looking around, but cool. I didn't know you were. Gail says, I can leave cone reduction outside, but nothing else. Yeah, you can, but it's still, if it fills up with water, it will break it. There's definitely no stopping that. Like I said, it will break concrete so if you let it fill up with water, pour it. I mean, try one on an old piece that you don't like, but if you fill it up with water, leave it outside, and it gets down to like 2 degrees, it's gonna expand and break. That's how they used to literally break apart the highways up here. They would drill a hole in down through the ledge, and then they would fill it with water, cap it, and then once it froze really good, it would shoot and expand. It would shoot down a big break, and a huge piece of rock would fall right off. That's why New Englanders call it poor man's diamond. Ramez says it's fun doing pottery. Well, you wrote poetry, but yeah, pottery is fun for sure. This is my job, and I do have fun doing my job. I'm very lucky. I feel blessed to be able to do what I'm able to do. But I literally can't remember the hobbyist moment of my life, because I kind of was around production pottery, selling pottery, all this my whole time. So of being here on Earth. So, but I've seen it in other people's eyes when they're like, I'm loving this. This is so cool. So that's how I get to see it. It's beautiful. Huh, that's interesting. Leah, how hot do you fire cone 10? I have, and I do with my stoneware pieces. Cone 10 is 2,345 degrees. And these pots I fire at just around 2018, something like that. And you don't think that 300 degrees would be that big of a difference, but it's the difference between like a orange heat and a white heat almost. And so, and to get to that temperature is much more costly. And if you're doing an electric kiln, it destroys elements. Where, you know, firing at this temperature, I can get a lot out of my elements. But I love cone 10 firing stuff. I really do. But being kind of stuck and adopted into the garden market keeps me where I'm doing what I'm doing. So. It has paint in it and sits next to the house. It's too big and heavy to move in. It's been outside for 10 years. Nice. Nice. Well, you're getting lucky with that. That's for sure. Where are you, Gail? Oh, you're in Maryland? Yeah, so I mean, if you came up here, even Maryland is that big of a difference zone-wise. You can look at the gardening chart. Like, I don't know how many negative, 8 days you have down there, but I'm sure you get them. But if it's lasted that long, that's really cool. And do you pull the soil out of it at least, or flip it over, or you just leave it? Because I've had some of my regular pots, people leave them out and say, hey, they've been there forever and nothing's happened. I'm just amazed, because I've also seen a lot of people ruining their pots. It's kind of like putting like a under fire, well, even a stoneware, dish, like putting it in the freezer and then taking it out and putting it directly into the oven, just like a crazy thermal shock moment. So if you had an instant drop in temperature, I could see. You know what, Gail? I'm gonna just. Well, I need to find I'm knocking on wood for you. I just knocked on wood for you. Make sure nothing happens. Because after all this talk. Ben Wolff broke my pot. He says, geez, that's real hot. Who does, Joel? I doubt it. It's great to have you. Yeah, Gail's great. Leah. You're right. I just leave it in my soil on it, and it's next to on the sunny side. Yeah, I mean, that's great. Hey, that's pretty awesome. I'm glad that it's working and it's fine. You haven't had any issues. But when people ask me, I suggest them to bring it in, because if I told them you can leave it outside and then it broke, then they'd be mad. So bring it in. Plus, like the stoneware stuff I make, vases more so, and other kinds of stuff. There would be no need to leave it outside. And planters, I don't fire that hot because you want them to be porous. So unless you're in a very, very hot area in the world, you want the pot to be able to breathe a little bit, pull in water, exit water, the whole deal. It's definitely a plus, because pots grown in, I personally have seen, as long as you're on top of watering and feeding, pots grown, or pots planted, plants potted in terracotta and clay versus plastic, they just seem to breathe better and do better. Plus, I'm a big no plastic guy, so. That being said, I do have a plastic water bottle sitting right there, and I have a bucket that's plastic, but I've had this bucket for probably 20 years, so it's not going into some ridiculous place. Carol chiming in with, yo, how's it going, Carol? Thanks for tuning in. Gail says, I bring all my other pots inside. Yeah, yep, might as well. Yo, come on, girl. Don't be full of yourself, bud. Carol's pretty cool, as far as I can tell on here. Hey, up. How's it going? Good day. Happy New Year to you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've been slowing down with the live streams just because I've been so busy, guys. It's insane. And it's kind of hard to find time to click on and say, yep, I can take the time, make pots and talk with you guys. I'm sorry about that, but it's been, there's a lot of other things going on with the pottery that probably I'm running around. Like, I'll do a few pots and then run around and go pack an order and all that. I doubt people want to watch me packing orders, so. And I doubt that people ordering the pots would want me to show them what I'm packing. So, it's been crazy. Usually right after New Year, things slow down, but they have not. So, in fact, probably one of the probably one of the bigger months so far. January has already turned out to be, so I don't know what to attribute that, but it's been great. Yes, especially for cactus. Yeah, oh yeah. Plants need to breathe. You're sure right. You are right, Gail. I also put my casserole dishes in a cold oven and then turn them. See, there you go. You don't want to create any thermal shock. That's exactly was my whole point. And a lot of people don't know that, so like if you're starting out and you're selling your items, I would suggest personally to make like a little note that went with the item to sell. If there's any potters in here that are thinking about selling cookware, because yeah, that's a point that a lot of people don't know. They just go, oh, I could just use it like a whatever. And pottery has a bit of some really specific things you need to do to avoid hurting it. Wow, burn from Joel to Carol. Gonna see a lover's quarrel on here, guys. Should I ring the bell? Ding, ding, ding. Thanks for the 18 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Or 19, whatever. I appreciate you taking the time out to hit that like button. I think it helps. This one. Oh, one more. There we go. There we go. Dropping my tools. No, if I don't go live tonight, you'll know why. Yeah. Apparently we will. There might be breadcrumbs in your spring roll. Ah, goodness. As I also tell people, it will last thousands of years, or you could drop it and break it tomorrow. You make a new one. I kind of say the same thing in the shop. I mean, we literally traced our civilization through pottery shards or pottery pieces themselves, with the addition of carbon dating. So, and where we're going, where we've been. So that's an absolute really good point, Gail, and I say that often. That's kind of my thing, why I'm so intrigued with pottery overall, is because it is such a time capsule of sorts. So. But you're right. It can last a minute. It can last, well, I don't know, a million years. What's the oldest pot that's been found? Few thousand? 10,000? I don't know. I have not Googled that. Well, 16,000 years old, says Google. Wow. Okay. I can see that. That's pretty cool. I like that. You put that into perspective of our 2,000 years by our own calendar. That's pretty amazing. 8 times that back. Yeah, Gail, it looks like Joel just did a search on it and said 16,000. I actually, well, I don't, but someone I know has a 3000 BC year old pot. Um, I do not need to disclose the person, but it's pretty cool. And to hold it, you kind of start to shake. You're like, oh no, but holding it, and you could feel like you just get the sense of wow, you know. The oldest pots I have are probably, I don't know, probably from somewhere around 400 AD, so quite a long time ago. They were found in inside of a boat, a wooden boat capsule, and we have a few of them. So those are the oldest ones I have. Gail says pottery is amazing. I couldn't agree more with that. It says 20,000 years in China. Yeah. Right. Well, I guess it depends on who who says. Right. I would not be surprised with that. That would not surprise me. So that is what's cool about pottery. One of the earliest professions, aside from teaching, I guess. Blacksmith, all that stuff. Wood carving, carpentry. And it is amazing if you think about that, like while you're making a pot, kind of freaks you out. That's why you have every pot you make it to the best of your ability, because if it's going to last that long, or the possibility of it lasting that long, it might as well be as good as it can be, right? I would butcher even the name of that, but it's found in a cave. Yeah, I could see that. Makes sense. I'm sure they have. I should probably look into documentaries on this, because this number is always changing. I remember years and years ago, I looked and they said maybe 5,000. So yeah, now we're up to 20. Well, I'm flying through these. Need to hydrate for safety's sake. There's only fragments. There you go. Says, yeah. Oh, that's the thing. Finding shards. Good point. That's kind of all you need to be able to figure out how old something is like that. I think this whole dating thing is going to get better and better as the technology for that gets better as well. So once you think you've come up with a new shape on a pottery wheel, think again. if pottery's been being made for 20,000 years, I doubt you're coming up with anything brand new. It's all been done. The 16,000-year-old specimen is an entire pot with fractures. Oh, very cool. Don't know if you read that, chat. I did. Oh, did I not before? No, I didn't. I didn't. Thanks, Joel, for putting it back in. Sorry if I missed it. Sorry. And that's not just a Canadian sorry. That's an American apology right there. I'm truly sorry for missing chat. If I'm missing chat from anybody, you could just type it again, and hopefully I'll be able to see it, because I'm trying to focus on the wheel and everything at the same time. So. Joel knows because he live streams. And he knows what kind of thinking we all have to go through while we do this and do this live. It is a whole different ballgame than just making pots, to be honest with you. You have to read the chat. You have to read it if it's acceptable to say out loud, and then you have to read it again out loud and answer the question. So it can be a bit taxing on the old noggin. Apparently they will be one in the same. Furnace is kicking on. A little cold here. I think we're I don't know, something like 17 degrees. And Joel's like, oh, that's nothing for us Canadians. I don't know what that is for you. Negative 17? Wish it was that easy to convert. It's just, like, chat isn't scrolling by. Maybe that was the problem, man. Okay, I think it's caught up. Sorry, again, if I missed anybody. I am flying through these. I am way beyond halfway through. Sorry, I'm just moving the sauces that I'm making over to my stand. These saucers, they all fit my 4-pound squat pots. So, and those are the most popular ones on my website. So they actually take a saucer for a normal 6-pound pot. So. Sorry for the sound of the furnace, but that's what happens down here. The sounds of Ben Wolff Pottery. A few days ago it was 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it is 62. That just sounds delicious. I'd rather be too hot than too cold. And 62 is like, well, that's shorts weather for me. That's literally shorts weather. Likes. Thank you guys. Or 30. Oh no. Appreciate that. It's nice of you. Surprised how fast these are going. And it's raining. Well, you know, I don't even know how many days this year up here in New England we actually had 96-degree weather. It was very short, maybe 4 days. So, not that much. Not that much at all. Joyce, good afternoon to you. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good afternoon. I see the hearts coming up. It's nice to see guys like. I didn't push hard, but you're welcome. They're like a bunch of hearts and stuff are flying up. So. Sometimes people just like hit that like a ton of times, and like I just see hearts, different things floating up. It's cool to see when you look up. It's tough. I don't know if you guys noticed or have ever live streamed, but what you see is yourself. And then you see some comments that you could barely read, and then you see all these little hearts and stuff come flying up. So, yeah, I think it's fun. We're back. I have to move these. It says, have a good day. Have a good day. Everyone, see you next time. Nice. You too. I appreciate you tuning in. You have a good day as well. Yes, take care, Paul. Always a pleasure. Cheryl says, I cannot center well. Any hints? Sure. I'll give you a hint. It really depends on the clay you're using, how hard it is. If it's very hard, this and that, it could be easier or not. But yeah, so you don't have to do it at a crazy fast speed. I push in with my left hand, and I also push down a little bit just for the beginning. And then that's pretty much centered. So inside of the clay is already centered. So you're kind of worried about the outside. So what I do is I push, I pull, and I twist, and it cones up the clay. And then what I use is my palm here, and I push it down. And you can do that over and over again until you get that centered perfectly. But it's literally become, because I've made pots for my whole life, so it's kind of just become a natural muscle memory thing that I do. So, and different size pieces are different things. So if I'm throwing like a 25-pound pot, that's a whole different centering set skill than it is like a 1-pound pot. But I think you'll get it. You just got to keep practicing. You'll get there, Cheryl. Does going up and down help center it? It does. It helps homogenize the clay and helps get it into the center. If you're still having issues once it comes back down, and I'll show you with this next one, if you're having troubles with it when you bring it back down, there is a couple little tricks you can do. Alright, so again, you don't need it that fast. Actually, slower gives you more torque. So what I'm doing, you squeeze together a little bit, and again, you squeeze, you push, you pull, it cones it up, you bring it back down. Now you can do that a couple times. I'll do it another time with you. I'm going up, going back down. So it can look like there's a spot right here that's a little off center. What you can also do is just take your finger and push that spot down, kind of like a lathe. Now it's centered. Everything inside of the clay is centered. And it's one of the the misconceptions at moments with people. The outside of their walls are moving. You know, like the clay isn't centered. It's like, well, the inside of that clay is centered. So I don't know if that helps you at all. I'm not the best with verbally saying something. I'm better at showing, and so hopefully that works. And give it a try, Cheryl, and best luck to you on your pottery journey. Cheryl says thank you. You're very welcome. And thanks for tuning in, Cheryl. Are you throwing pots right now while watching this? You getting clay all over your phone? Had no class. No, had a class and almost quit. Well, that's the other side to pottery, is getting a built-up patience level. This isn't going to be something that you can do in one sitting or standing, like I am, in one session. But with persistence and dedication, you will get there. I trust in that for you. And because once you get past that point, that's where the fun begins. Because once you figure out how to get that centered, then you'll be able to go, oh, okay, I can make this into this shape or that shape. You can learn how to bring up your walls and this and that. You'll get there. My advice is don't give up. And if you enjoy doing it but you're aggravated, just remember that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and one day you will get there, and one day it'll happen. You never know. I would say just keep going. How's it going, Nani? Fresh Cup of Joel says takes time. It's a difficult process, lots of things to figure out. Yeah, perfect example is Fresh Cup of Joel. He has a channel where I don't know what day he's on, but I think he's on day 70 something, and he's been live streaming his whole experience. So day 1 was him just trying to center over and over again. Day 2, trying to center. Day 3, he was able to get something going on a little bit better. Day 4 is better yet. You know, blah 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 blah. I've watched him pretty much the whole time. He's actually a good friend. So if you want to watch somebody that's starting from scratch and learning, you should definitely check out his channel. And if his channel is in my, if you go to my channel page, and down below there's Friends of Ben Wolff Pottery, a link there. So, or Joel can set up. You can put your channel name if you want it. But I really wish you the best of luck, Cheryl, on your pottery journey, if you're still here listening. Nenny, I don't know what hearts. Well, thank you for tuning in. Dude, that's crazy. I just realized that I just finished 44 of those in 1 hour and 5 minutes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, I'd say. Oh, it's over here. Sorry guys, I'm just moving all the saucers that I made out of the way here. So what happens next with because it's such low humidity down here at the moment, these pots will sit down here probably until late night. And then I will turn the fans on, but the fans will not be faced directly at them. That could cause fast drying and fast cracking. So that wouldn't be good. Cheryl says, yes, nice. Yeah, you can just go to my channel page, just hit my name and whatnot, and then go to the channel page and see him. And I have other friends, people that are dear to me on there. Kina, how's it going? Enjoyed. Aggravation is a good way to describe learning anything new. There's special language that goes with it too. Yeah, no, there is. But if you go into it, I don't want to set you off in the wrong direction, like mentally, because if you go in there thinking this is going to be aggravating and this is going to be hard and this is impossible, that's when it's going to actually turn out to be quite a bit of a problem. So my attitude would be, one day I'm going to get this, it's going to happen, and I'm not giving up until it does happen. And a lot of classes, it's funny because I've seen it firsthand from going up and teaching some stuff, and literally, or doing demonstrations. And literally, a lot of classes, they get delivered very, very hard clay. So is your clay really hard that you're using, Cheryl? Because that could be an issue. Because a lot of these clay companies, they make clay thinking it's for schools and for this and that, where normal potters have a different consistency of clay, or want a different consistency of clay. So sometimes the clay is really, really hard, and that can be a big reason why you're not centering. Yes. First couple drill, there you go. Expect failure and take every mistake as an opportunity to learn. That's it. I couldn't agree more with that. You'll get there. And like Yoda says in Star Wars, there's no try, only do. So when you sit down, just say, I'm going to do this. Do or do not. There is no try. Let's do a bigger pot. Let's go. Because you guys just hung out with me watching the saucers, so figure might as well throw something. Obviously, just a little bit, at least a bit bigger. And I know I need these. I make these a lot in the live streams. And that reason is because they are probably my biggest seller on my website. And I know I'm out of these, so there's gonna have to be a full day production. In fact, the saucers I just made, I was gonna make all 44, probably be this shape. So, you're watching, Cheryl. Sorry, lost your program for a minute. Hard clay, yeah. If your clay is really hard, then that's going to be a lot of your problem, is the clay. So, this is 4 pounds of clay. And again, I'm coning up, and I'm getting it centered. And this is pretty much just homogenizing it. It's taking all the air and getting it, expelling it if there was any that was missed in the wedging process. Usually. So I'm a flower pot maker by trade. So what I did was create a drainage hole. I pulled out the base. Now I'm going for my first pull. And usually for pots under 10 pounds, I kind of just do 2 pulls and then a ripple. So I know that's going to be my height. I'm setting up my rim. I'm also compressing it at the same time. Every pull I compress that rim. Can't stress that enough to new potters. I'm gonna check that with literally my hand. Because that's the right size. And I have to make a lot of these. Being a production potter, you have to make the same thing over and over again. So there's these little tricks that you can do to make that happen. Everybody's got their own methods. That's just mine. Okay. That one's done. We're gonna add in scalloped. And I go back and I clean every one of those spots. Because I don't like having fingerprints all over the pot. I'm gonna stamp my name. And this one, a number 4, because that indicates that it was made with a 4-pound piece of clay. That's also the pricing system. So there's that. There's that. Bottom thickness before the walls. Yeah, I mean, you want it to just be even the whole time. I mean, that's the best way to do it. That way you're not trying to make, you know, if a top heavy pot, you might need a rim that has a thick rim. So you need more weight up top. The bottom might need some kind of thing that you're doing. So, but to practice to get it all thin, you know, or equal amounts all the way up, whether that's thin or thick, it doesn't matter as long as it's even. So, and then once you get better and better, it can become thinner and thinner to the optimal level to where it's safe to fire in the kiln. So, but yes, it's always good to focus on the evenness. And that, I mean, that's from a potter's point of view. Some people, I've seen people pick up pots before that have like crazy heavy bases that somebody made, and I was like, but they didn't know, care, or anything. They like it and they buy it, and you're like, okay. But it didn't matter. They liked what they saw, and that's what happened. So, yeah. Thank you guys for the 40 likes today. Very nice of you. Right. We're good. Cheryl says, will you use a wire on the bottom of the pot right now then? I do not. I make these on MDF boards, and anything below 10 pounds I leave on the bat. Unless it's a very wide pot, then I will cut underneath. But these will dry and then it'll just pop off. You don't need to do all that much trimming other than cleaning up the drainage hole, the edges. And if you notice how I did a little cut in here, it already cut away a lot of this stuff, alleviating a lot of trimming that I need to do. So no, I leave it and then it pops off. And when it does pop off at the right moment, I can flip it over and I clean up the bottom and we're good to go. And then I can put it into a faster drying area. I have a whole section here. So I have like a bunk bed of three, well, it's kind of like 3 bunk beds, but 3 different areas. So, the top is the fast drying. Down below, it's a little bit of air. Bottom is like if I make something really big and wide and I need it to not have any air. So, all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. And if you're new here and subscribed, I appreciate it. And I appreciate every single one of you as always. And we'll, actually, I didn't clean this up, did I? I'm actually going to leave this pot right here in the wheel because I'm out of room over there. So, back to packing orders, doing stuff. But I hope every single one of you has a great day out there. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. I used to go live, like last year I was going live so many times a week, and it's really hard to go live at any just given moment. I kind of just go when I can. And I'm going to treat it that way this year too. So I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm going to try to do once a week if I can. But if you want to see these lives, yeah, just hit that bell notification so it lets you know when I'm live. Bloomshine says, beautiful. Thanks, Bloomshine. Appreciate that. Fresh Go Joel, thank you for the stream pod. Stay well, you too. And I'll try to tune in to your live stream this afternoon, evening. I don't know when you're going. What time are you going live, Joe? I'll stay on so everybody can know. Keena says, thanks, Ben. Yes, thank you, Keena, for tuning in. Hello, Random. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Thank you, Hello, Random. Randers. Gail, appreciate you. You're so nice. Cheryl, first live session. Thanks again. Oh, Cheryl, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And yeah, if you've subscribed, then maybe we'll catch you in another live here. I also have a lot of videos out. And if you're just beginning, I actually put up a video yesterday of me reviewing a $100 wheel that was sent to me by Vivor Tools. And if you're just getting going and you're only throwing like a pound or something and you want to practice at home and not like in a class environment where there's noise and all these other potters and you're getting all this crazy energy from all these different people, some good, some bad, and you just want to sit there somewhere quiet in your home and try it. This thing was $100. I mean, you can get that in a box of clay. The thing actually comes with a bunch of tools. So, but on my channel, you can check it. It says $100 wheel, review by Ben Wolff or something. I forget what the video is called, but you can check it out. And it's a cool little thing for a tiny little thing. It works. Fresh Cover Joel said he's going live at 4:30. Bloomshine, can you do a glazing video? I can when I do glazing in the fall is usually when I do glazing. I'm mainly a planter maker, so flower pots are my gig. So, but whenever I do glaze, I can most certainly do that. It does get a little crazy, guys, because I glaze with my father, and we'll have to get him to tone it down. Because he gets very anxious when there's glazing going on. Let's just say that, to say the least. So, Shine says thanks. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, guys. This concludes another one. Another live. Actually, first live of the year. So, All right. Thank you. And I don't know. I'll see you next time. Maybe next week. Maybe before that. I don't know. Whenever I can go, I will go. So hit that bell. I'll let you know. All right. Take care, everybody. Later.